Marilyn Monroe and Jane Russell arrived to make their imprints in the famous concrete of Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood. Filmden's first blonde and first brunette, Marilyn and Jane won their chance to join Filmden's immortals by their work in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
Baseball great Joe DiMaggio and glamorous movie star Marilyn Monroe put an end to weeks of rumors recently when they got married in a surprise civil ceremony at San Francisco City Hall. After posing for pictures, they quickly drove off to an undisclosed location. No one's talking, but rumor has it that America's most glamorous couple will be spending their honeymoon in Tokyo.
When a well-known honeymoon couple arrives at Tokyo Airport, a throng of 4,000 baseball and movie fans surge out of control, break through police lines. Joe DiMaggio and his bride smile bravely at their greeters, but they don't dare move. So back into the plane they go, while police clear a path to the cargo hatch with DiMaggio's convertible. The stratagem works. The former Yankee slugger and his picture bride escape into the car and head for the safety of their hotel. But their troubles aren't over. Next day comes a press conference where the public was barred, but the photographers and reporters more than made up for that. Their questions were rough, ranging from the risque to the ridiculous. And Joe, he's the forgotten man, which is something in Japan where baseball is so popular. Never underestimate the power of you-know-who. But enough's enough. His patience is exhausted, and Joe says, go.
Pure pandemonium reigns in Tokyo as Joe DiMaggio, the once great Yankee Clipper, extends the field of the Monroe Doctrine by bringing his beautiful star bride to the land of the cherry blossoms. Having demonstrated how to marry a millionaire in a comedy masterpiece of film, Marilyn shows she knows how to manage millions by taking her multitudinous reception in stride. There hasn't been anything like Marilyn and Joe in all of Japan's history, and the photogs make the most of it. Proving curves that can get a great batter have also diplomatic twists in the field on international goodwill. A triumph worthy of How to Marry a Millionaire.
Mrs. Joe DiMaggio, Marilyn Monroe that is, arrives with Joe in Tokyo for a month's honeymoon in Japan. One picture, 1,000 words. Marilyn, it seems, has misplaced one brand new husband and doesn't know where to find him. Happily reunited, the newlyweds pose like newlyweds for the photographers. In Japan, from one and all, a big hello to Marilyn and Joe. Marilyn Monroe invades frozen Korea, and the GIs come a-runnin', vowing unconditional surrender. The screen star has come for a 4-day, 10-show tour of the front. Marilyn proves that there's nothing drab about GI slacks and shirt, depending on how you look at it, as she heads for her first performance. 13,000 Marines whoop it up as a now glamorous Marilyn steps front and center, while MPs have their hands full. Having the time of her life, Marilyn wriggles her way into the hearts of the leathernecks. Coyly, she admits, I've never seen so many men in all my life. Fat boy, Marilyn must come and go, and Korea for the GIs can never be the same.
Diamonds are a best friend. fast, or help you as we all match. Men grow old, girls grow old, and we all lose our charms in the end. Break or care, safety brought, don't lose that day. Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
After a year's absence, Marilyn Monroe flew back to Los Angeles from New York and answered reporters' questions.
How do you feel about coming back to Hollywood? Is it a happy time for you, or?
It's a very happy time. I'm happy to be back. As I said, it's my hometown.
Yes.
Well, you're a happy girl now. When you go to London? Yes, I'm much happier though. I'm very pleased. Is it true that you submitted a list of directors that you would work with? We only know the rumors we hear, you know. I would rather say that I have director approval, and that is true. This you think is important? Yes, it is. Very important to me. Marilyn, are you happy to come back and do this picture? Are you pleased with the bus stop? Oh, yes, very much. I'm looking forward to working with Josh Logan and doing the picture, and it's good to be back. Was he your selection as a director? 20th Century Fox selected him, and I had director approval, and they asked if I would approve of him, and definitely you did. So you're very happy. You think you're going to make a very good picture? I hope it will be a good picture. Do you feel, you said you wanted to grow. Do you feel you've grown? Well, I hardly know how to answer that since they misinterpret that, meaning I'm not in inches or something. I'm not talking about that. Well, Marilyn, speaking of measurements, are they still the same as when you left? Have you gained weight? Have you lost weight? I think I'm about the same. About the same. Yes. Nobody has any complaints. I don't know. Speak up, boys. You're wearing a high-neck dress now. The last time I saw you wear it. Is this a new Marilyn, a new style? No, I'm the same person, but it's a different suit.
Putting an end.
Marilyn Monroe and Warner Brothers Pictures announced at a Hollywood press conference that they're joining forces. The world's most famous blonde will produce her film, The Sleeping Prince, for Warner Brothers. Executive producer Jack L. Warner gives Marilyn the key to the studio, while other stars, including James Stewart, welcome her to the company's headquarters. Stewart is starring in another Warner Brothers film. He portrays Charles Lindbergh in The Spirit of St. Louis. So Laurence Olivier and Marilyn will co-star in The Sleeping Prince, a former stage hit to become a movie in color for fascinating Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe spoke with reporters briefly about her husband's current legal battle.
I would like to say that I'm fully confident that in the end my husband will win this case.
And it didn't upset your professional career at all? Didn't stop anything you were working on at the time?
No, I haven't been working recently.
And what are your plans when you return to New York?
Well, we hope to go back to our normal life.
Mr. Miller is fighting a contempt of Congress citation for refusing to answer questions before the House Un-American Activities Committee. Miss Monroe will accompany her husband to Washington in hopes of seeing him vindicated.